Welcome to Intentionally Dense. I'm your host, Brock Hatterley, B Cubed to be more precise, and joining me is your co-host,
Adam Bringhurst, a man of many names, but you can call me Bringles.
This podcast, unlike many others, has a purpose.
We talk about the ins and outs of high school and how being dense is not that hard.
Real.
Pause. Dude, why are you always late?
That was great.
I was a part of the original plague, and I was still suffering.
Give it up for your co-host, Brock Hatterley.
Hey guys, I'm super glad to have this opportunity. So I've been asked to give updates on your Star Valley Braves football season. So the last 3 football games have definitely been games to remember. Starting with the first game of your Star Valley Braves football preseason, we played an away game against the Shelley High Russets, with the game coming to a final score and a win of 34-13. The Braves played hard and took home a win knowing they were starting their season strong. The following week, the Braves played against the Preston Indians, taking the dub with a total score of 26-14. Leading into the most recent game also being the first home game of the season, we played the Sugar Salem Diggers, sadly coming to a loss of 14-32. Both teams played like iron sharpening iron, and the boys are doing better than ever now. We're excited to see how our Braves do against Riverton this Friday, and make sure to stop by to support your players. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Intentionally Dense, and also make sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook to get the latest sports updates and watch how your students do. I'm your student sports broadcaster, Bridger Wolfley, and don't forget to come back and watch me in future episodes of Intentionally Dense.
We got it this time.
Welcome back. We're back, baby. Just the two of us. Me and you and me. Him and
It
I.
hasn't been like this since episode 4.
That was a while ago. That was almost like it was like a while ago.
I just posted it. We just posted episode 7. Shouldn't we have done a 6 as a base episode?
Episode 6 as a base episode.
I thought we did it every. Oh, it's every 3. 1 to 4 to 7. Anyways, my bad.
So basically, what you want to watch the episodes in, what format you want to watch? 7, 8, 8, 7,
Just let him work it out.
8, 7, 3, 2,
He knows how to count.
4, 1. That's how you want to watch the episodes.
That's how I want to watch the episodes.
Yeah,
What
that's
about
how the viewers
audience?
want to watch the episodes.
All right.
We're
That's what I
back
need
though.
to know. It feels good, dude.
It feels real
It's me and
good.
you get my own mic again.
Yeah. You were sick in the last episode, and I
Yeah.
think you're still sick.
Imagine that.
But with the topic for today
Yeah, it
is, and for this episode is Spider-Man movies
Movies.
/ a little bit of SVI news. Not SVI. SVHS news.
Menus. We got some menus for
We
you.
got some news for y'all.
For our new viewers.
But hopefully our commercial break will be cut to our anchorman, which is shout out
Ron
to
Burgundy. Chuck Watersport,
Chuck Watersport, a.k.a. Bridger Wolfley.
a.k.a.
D's nuts.
I thought that was you.
Oh, I am D's nuts, but like I can say it for anything. You know how on the last episode it was like LP, loser
I was
pants.
just about to reference that.
I can say D's.
D's pants.
No, you can say D's.
Pants.
D's.
Pants.
D's.
Pants.
Oh, okay. Fine. Whatever. Okay, so the topic for today,
He's black.
he's black too.
2?
Too black.
Whoa. That's an opinion right there.
That, yeah.
But I do
I'm
not.
not allowed to express my opinion
I don't.
on this podcast.
I don't
apparently.
like.
You can't express
affiliate
your
with
opinion
him.
in America.
He's kind of crazy.
Because, that's things. So, our first, we obviously got the chance to watch
You want to pull up the first one?
yeah.
I'll pull up the second one.
Spider-Man.
Why would that be obvious to them? Oh, because we're doing a video on it.
Yeah.
My bad.
Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Across the Spider-Verse.
There
We
you
watched.
go.
So that came out in 2023, and we watched that.
Hey, it is 20. Whoa, my gosh, this movie's PG. That's
it's
so impressive.
Bro, it swears like 3
4
times.
times.
4 times. You counted.
That is really impressive, though. Shout out to that movie for coming out in 2023 and just being PG.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is so much my favorite superhero. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
What was the first one called?
What did I just say?
Into the Spider-Verse.
This guy has DHAD.
I do have that.
Don't handle any dead people
We're not sponsored.
by door and handle.
No, not yet. We almost got
Can I
them.
show this on camera?
No, don't show it on camera. Put the water bottle in front of it. There you go. Don't show that. We're not
I didn't
sponsored.
see that.
Not sponsored.
My water bottle has an apple sticker on it.
Don't show that either. You get flagged by that as well.
I'll show the summer sticker.
There we go.
Summer's gonna sue us.
No.
The season.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jackson was telling me in seminary today, he saw this meme of someone who watched like the first season of the NBA, which was like in the 1940s, and the caption was, "When does LeBron get here?"
It's so racist.
It's what? No, it's like
It's not
seasons
racist,
of a
but
TV
it's
show.
yeah. Okay. Well.
His pilot episode was terrible.
So first movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I watched it a while ago. It did
It's been a while
on
for
the
me,
box in the box office. It made 384.3 million USD. So that's pretty cool. That's a lot. That's quite a bit of money. And when I saw this, when my uncle showed me this, like in theaters, he's just like, "Your eyes are gonna have to get used to it." Because it's like at first it's like, oh my gosh, this
A little
animation.
jarring.
It's like watching 3D but without glasses.
Yeah,
That's how I-
a
that's
really
how I-
good way to put it.
It like hurts your eyes, but after you watch it for a little bit, it like your eyes.
You're just so immersed.
It's amazing, and the colors for the first movie were incredible, and like the comic style
I love it.
is so good.
And it had such an impact on like this movie came out in 2018, right?
2018.
And in the 5 years, you've seen it in like Puss in Boots and in Mitchell's versus the Machines. Like
Yeah.
people like the companies can tell that the people like this art style, and a lot of animations have gone back to a similar art style, with like the going on editing on twos or animating on twos, so the framing is like a little bit laggy on your characters.
yeah,
But people like it, so it's cool.
and it's very what's the word? It's not fourth wall breaking, but it's
Whoa.
like it's very like I don't know, immersive because it's like you're in the film because you can feel the colors and feel the emotions of the character
Yeah. In the
as
first
it
one,
progresses. And the second one,
Yeah, the second one more so.
more so because
Yeah.
it's
oh
yeah.
dang it, I just exited out of that tab.
And I feel like Spider-Man is a very I don't know, because he suffers through a lot. Like Batman obviously lost his parents, and the combination of heroes versus villains is obviously they have a connection and they hate each other,
Wait, who? Sorry.
but they need like Batman. You know
Okay, yeah.
Batman
Yeah. Yes.
and Joker.
Oh yeah.
Batman needs Joker and Joker needs Batman.
Yeah.
Like in the I don't know if you played this game, Arkham Knight.
No.
So Joker
With the blood thing.
yeah, Joker like is in Batman's vision or
He like
Joker's
injects him with blood, right?
yeah.
Isn't that like the
Yeah,
storyline?
and then he's like in Batman's DNA and like Joker is like Batman like pushes him away and he's just like bye Joker,
'Cause he
locks
has,
him in a thing.
like super strong willpower.
Yeah. And last words of Joker are, "No, I need you." Like I feel like you can't have villains without heroes.
Yeah. There's the
You can't
strong
have heroes without villains.
the strong opposites is like a really good duality and it binds them.
Yeah. And that showed through the second movie. And the second movie was the arch nemesis. If you haven't seen it, is Spot.
Spot is so awesome.
Spot is so funny.
Because at the beginning he's just this. He totally does seem like a villain of the week.
Yeah.
He's totally just this
Like,
goofy guy.
it's regular thing.
And then once he gets the collider from Spider-Man India's dimension, when he gets that dark matter, and you see him reach his full power, it's legitimately terrifying.
it's scary. Like I was like terrified when he turned black. He was like white and he was like super goofy in the way he looked with all the spots on him.
And like when they were flying through New York, he was like, "Oh, this is fun."
yeah.
And then it just gets crazy.
But heroes can also create villains,
Yeah.
right? Because they have that bond and they're like the villains are like, "You did this to me. You don't remember this."
It's like in
Like Spaceballs. Have you ever seen Spaceballs?
a long time ago.
It's like a Star Wars spin-off sort of thing, and the main guy is like fighting Darth Vader. It's not Darth Vader. It's Darth Helmet.
Yeah, Darth Helmet.
And he's just like, "I'm your brothers, cousins, dogs, nephews, sisters, brothers-in-law." It just keeps going on. He's just like, "What does that make me and you?"
Strangers?
No, he's just like, absolutely nothing. But it's weird how the Spot does that, because he's like, "You threw a bagel at me."
Yeah, I was so happy when I saw that in
It's
theaters.
so funny.
Because everyone brought it up in the first movie. Like, I remember watching a new Rockstars breakdown like the week after it came out in 2018, and they're like, "Oh, this automatopoeia, he throws a bagel and it hits the guy and it says bagel." And then I love how the people who make this movie are just like so invested in the fans having a good time that they brought that back to make that like the point of the villain.
And the chai tea thing,
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
he's like, "You're just saying TT," and then it was a callback to ATM, which means
Like, I don't know, automatic transfer machine. I have no clue.
something like that.
But then one of my favorite lines is when the Spot is trying to just push the ATM out of the store through the ground, and it pops up in the sidewalk. Some guy trips over it, and he's like, "Who left this ATM on the sidewalk?" And, like, the people in New York are just so stupid because they just see like the
They're
bottom
just-
of an ATM
Yeah.
out of a black void, and they're like, "Who left this here?"
Going back to the first movie, I felt like Kingpin was also scary.
Yeah, and he was a really good villain for the first.
He
like
was
a Starter
very good.
movie.
Because I played I don't know what game it was. It was Amazing Spider-Man 2, and it had Kingpin in it, and Kraven, and
Cool.
is that Kraven?
Yeah, the Hunter.
The Hunter.
Yeah,
Kraven the
with
Hunter.
like the lion.
And I fought Kingpin, and he wore a white suit, and like
Yeah,
the whole time you fought him, Spider-Man would like make jokes of him.
Yeah.
He's like, "Your yearbook picture took up 2 pages," and like I was in the front row when that movie was playing, and like Kingpin takes up the whole screen.
I know. There's this one
they
shot
made
where
it
it's just
so
his
good.
head. The dimensions on it makes it really impressive because Kingpin compared to Miles in the first movie, Miles is so
Miles
small
is
and
like
skinny.
that big, and Kingpin is like up here.
And then once all the other Spider people go back through the collider and it's up to Miles to put it all back together, Kingpin just towers over him and beats the crap out of him. You really think like this is an incredibly formidable foe for Miles, who had just barely become Spider-Man.
Yeah. You know that scene where he's like clicking the pen,
Yes.
and like all the memories are
Yeah.
flashing through his head, and he breaks the pen?
Yeah,
I like that one.
that's good.
Um,
I have we got to talk about the music in these movies, and I'm not just talking like the Sunflower from the first movie.
that one hit hard.
That one was pretty good, but I didn't even catch on to it till like 2022 because I was like, I don't want to listen to that song. Everyone listens to that song, and I have a hard time just like fitting in with everyone just because that's what everyone's doing. Even if it is really good, I will stray away from it.
Yeah.
But the soundtrack score of the first movie even was really good for me, and in the soundtrack of the second movie, like the background tracks, like the music that plays in the background of the movie, not like the ones with lyrics.
Yeah.
I will just listen to that stuff all the time, and especially the music in the second one. It's so good.
I haven't listened to like a lot of the songs, but a lot of them were really good because they incorporated the sounds.
Yes,
like, of the
they
Prowler.
have. Michael Pemberton does such a great job, but I think he has a separate guy that does his like scratching, or like who like spins discs on like who is a disc jockey who makes the scratching and stuff, and
Yeah.
Daniel just writes the music.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember when this movie was about to come out, they had like the Spider Society thing where you could text in, and they gave us like they were like, click this link to get a sneak peek of the music. And I was like, oh, this is perfect for me because I loved the music in the first one, and I was assuming most people would be like, I don't want to hear just like the background music. I want to hear like something from Metro Boomin, who was like going to be the Post Malone of this movie,
Yeah.
and he did really good too. A lot of good songs.
Yeah. So Sunflower song.
Mhm.
There was one time when I was going. So my uncle's like, "Hey, do you want to take a trip with us? We're gonna go to Pocatello and eat food." And we went to Fuji, where they like cook the food in front of you. And I ate that. And then he's just like, "We're gonna go sit in hot tubs and just like the hot springs." Lava
Oh,
Hot
Lava
Springs.
Hot Springs, cool.
Yeah, and I was there, and I went to the thing because I was like super thirsty, but the water there was like
Oh, good.
$18 or whatever.
Oh my
And
gosh.
they had water, and then
That's
they had ice
insane.
cream, and they didn't have any food because it wasn't open. But I got like the SpongeBob popsicle,
Oh, nice.
and I think I have if I have a picture, put that.
I think I've seen this picture.
Yeah, we like. No, that was a different time, but it was really scary because you have to get the perfect
Yeah.
popsicle. But anyway,
And they all suck.
I was just like sucking on it, and we were heading back to the car, and I was like,
Just like
I'm
the
like,
movie.
what is this song? And I'm like, you know that song from the new Spider-Man movie? Because I hadn't seen the Spider-Man movie.
You just knew the song.
I knew the song because it had been playing everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, what is this song? And he's just like, what, Sunflower? Dude, this song's been playing for like how many months? And I'm like, I know, but it's catchy and
Yeah.
it's really good. So yeah, that's my story on that. I loved that song. That song's so good. It's still on my playlist.
Yeah, it's on mine as of late. Like I think like last year I just threw it on because I was so excited for this movie to come out.
Yeah.
What is your what's your like reviews on this?
So
reviews right there.
okay. Reviews on. So I have the first movie as
Dude,
the
it has
second movie.
better audience and better Rotten Tomatoes
For that one.
for you. The
For
first
me?
one.
For the okay. Well, it was like a different. So the first one got more audience reviews because it was.
4. Oh, no, less.
Did it get less?
Less, and that's why you have a bigger dissonance.
Yeah. But I feel like this one was very goodly like taken by the viewers because it was.
It could have been a completely secluded story.
Yeah. It was like. I don't know.
Like it's like contained, while this second one is totally banking on the third one.
Yeah.
This is going to be spoiler review, right?
Well, yeah. Obviously, you've
Yeah.
got to be able to see the movie.
Yeah,
To,
you got to go see
spoiler
it.
alert.
Stop right here if you haven't seen the movie, I guess.
Yeah.
Everybody dies.
Spoiler alert.
Just kidding.
On screen. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Ready? At the same time.
Spoiler alert.
I feel like the second movie is just waiting on the third movie.
Yeah, totally. And it was supposed to come out
Beyond the Spider-Verse,
yeah,
right?
Beyond the Spider-Verse. And I looked it up because I needed to know. Because when the first time I saw Across the Spider-Verse, I didn't even like it. I was like really mad the way that it ended.
The second movie?
Yeah.
I was kind of mad, but I also knew that in the trailer it said part 1 or part 2.
I knew that too.
But I thought they were going to...
The thing I was upset about is I felt like nothing much really happened in that movie because like you spend the first 30 minutes in Gwen's dimension and I'm like the inciting incident doesn't happen until like 50 minutes into the movie, and normally you'd think that's bad, but in this movie it really just works because you have 2 hours and 20 minutes of runtime.
Yeah. It was just art. It was just beautiful
So
art.
beautiful.
It was beautiful.
I just needed to recognize.
And
how
I'm glad I
incredible
watched
the
it at
movie
your
was.
house because you have like the surround sound system
Yes.
and a big projection screen.
Uh-huh.
I just needed that.
It's
surround
got to be
and
like a movie theater.
It has to.
experience.
I feel like you have to. You can't just watch it on your phone.
Oh my gosh, I really want to go back to the movie theater and watch this now.
Yeah.
It was so amazing.
Some
I
movies
took it
are
for
just
granted.
better in the movie theaters.
Yeah, it's amazing. I wish I could have seen this in like IMAX or something. That would have been
You
incredible.
know what I wish I could have seen the new movie in, like 6 years ago when like everybody was in the theater. Like theaters were being
Oh,
booked out for movies like
Yeah.
Infinity War,
Yes,
Endgame.
Dude, me and my
all the
brother
Marvel
got-
movies were
we
just
got,
booked out.
we bought the opening night tickets to Endgame,
Yeah.
and we thought it was gonna be April like 26th, but our theater somehow like got it a day early to April 25th.
Yeah.
And I was sitting at the dinner table, and I was like, "Oh, look, our theater got it early." And I was like, "Well, since we have opening night tickets, we didn't specify what day. We just bought them for the opening night." And it was like 6:30, and it starts at 6:45. And I was like, "I think we gotta go to the movie theater right now." And that was really cool. We were like one of the first people in America to see Endgame, which was like the biggest deal ever when it came out.
Yeah. So reviews on the first movie. There's a guy that says Into the Spider-Verse versus comic book inspired art style, fantastic world building,
You got this.
world building,
There you go.
and other well-crafted aspects all
You've got this.
complement each other to make more than awesome Spider-Man movie. more than an awesome Spider-Man movie. This story is amazing and one of the most engaging I've seen in a very long time. Like I said, can't read today because that's cool.
I love the first Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie so much. I love
It was really good.
the Jake Johnson's Peter Parker, which is just like the epitome of everything goes wrong for Peter Parker.
Which one is that one?
He's the one with sweatpants. He's the baby in the
Oh,
second movie. He's
I
so
am
good.
so glad he's in the second movie.
The Spider-Punk calls him humbling reality Spider-Man, and I think
Yeah.
that's a great thing to call him.
I didn't like that they were like, it's just fate that your father has to die.
Oh yeah.
It's like, okay, well, he's Miles Morales and you're Peter Parker.
Oh, that's a good point because he's like the only Miles
He's
Morales.
he's like, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah.
That was like a quote in the movie where
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
like the
that's
point.
sick. Like, don't aspire to be someone. Don't be like your idols. Be better than them.
Yeah, there you go. And when Miles was first walking around in the Spider Society, there was like only one Gwen, and all the Peters were like, "Hey Gwen," she was like, "Hey Peters," and there were no Mileses. He's like
Miles.
the Miles Morales Spider-Man. But you see in one of the Spot flashbacks that when Spot brings the spider from Dimension 42 into Miles's dimension,
Yeah.
it was about to bite Miles from Earth 42 when he sucked it up and brought it to
Yeah.
1610.
Do you know what is that word? Anomaly.
Anomaly. Yeah.
So it's like you are the original anomaly.
But I have a gripe with that, and I think it's just a plot hole because he says Miles was never supposed to be in Mumbattan, and Inspector Singh was supposed to die because Spider-Man India was saving his girlfriend in the bus.
Yeah.
But if Miles never created Spot, Spot never gets to Mumbattan, and he never breaks that Alchemax facility, and it never falls and kills the captain anyways. So Miles wasn't really the first anomaly. He was just the first like canon event that started Spot, because Spot has to be a canon event. Otherwise, Miguel would have stopped Spot from ever existing.
Yeah.
So Miguel is he's either a little misled or it's just a plot hole, and I bet you it's misled.
Yeah. Back to reviews.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. This movie did on Rotten Tomatoes. It got 97%. On IMDb, is that an I?
Yes.
Okay, IMDb 8.4 out of 10, which is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
No, yeah, it's fine.
That's
Great.
fine. Let's see. How many ratings did this thing get?
Oh yeah, I was going on
5
about-
star, the ultimate Spider-Man movie of all time. Okay, I would not say that.
Well, not now that this is out.
Well, yeah, but there are some live action.
There's a thing that these movies can offer that live action just can't give you,
That's true.
and
That
it's
is very true.
amazing because Spider-Man, he's in truth is designed to be a comic character. As much as we love to see him in live action,
Well, he's just a jokester. He's literally
oh my
just
gosh,
a teenager.
He's so alive in these
The
movies.
only thing I don't like about Andrew Garfield, no, not Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire,
He's
is
not
that
funny.
he's not funny. He's not
He's
Spider.
not charming as Peter Parker.
He's like a
Well, he's a pretty
23-year-old dude. That's
yeah.
just,
I mean, like in those days, they always cast like 30-year-olds to play high schoolers
yeah.
because you can't. Just have
I just
kids.
that's the only reason. Like I love the original Spider-Man series.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched it in a long time.
It's amazing. 1, 2, 3. I think it's incredible, but I need a Spider-Man that is witty and can make jokes like that.
Which Andrew Garfield can do, and you see a little bit in the MCU. Like
with Tom Holland.
in Homecoming, when the people they have the Chitauri tech and they're robbing that ATM place, and they have like the Avengers masks.
Yeah.
He's like he comes in and you can see him like taking a pose or whatever, and he preps and he's like probably thinking of a quip. And he's like, "You guys forget your PIN number," and it's just like, "Wait, you guys aren't the real Avengers." And they do a good job in the MCU of showing like the quippiness of Spider-Man,
Yeah.
but it can't really relate to these movies because these are just super good. Like the Chris Pine Peter Parker before he dies in the first one,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, "Hey Norm, what do you take on head trauma?" Before that like piece of the ceiling falls off, hits the Green Goblin, and like he just talks all the time, even like when they're dying, which is what you want in a Spider-Man.
Yeah. You know that scene in Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield?
With like Electro and Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like catching all the things that in the bus. Where he's like all the green things are like falling out, and it's like it's the guy with like the tattoos across his head.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just walk me through it.
So he's just like, they're transporting a thing, and the guy is really mad and angry, and he's bald.
Yeah, it's the
And
rhino.
he like pops up through like Spider-Man like pops through.
Oh, on the window?
and he's like shoots him
Oh yeah.
and like misses, and then he has to go back in the thing and catch all of them from breaking. He's like, I got you too, and then he like puts him in a ball and like ties him on the thing, and then there's one where he's like has the guy tied up like this,
Yeah.
and he like
Whistles the Spider-Man thing.
yeah. And then he throws the gun behind him, and it hits him
on
with
the
it.
head.
I love that
Andrew
scene.
Garfield he's really good at just being Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And like I know people will like commonly hate on Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire for having too many villains, and then Amazing Spider-Man 2 for having too many villains. But if you just look at the movie and you stop intellectualizing it and you just have a good time watching a Spider-Man movie, they're all good movies.
They're good movies.
And like if you want to really dig into it, Spider-Man 3 is a great depiction of how someone like Peter would actually turn into a dirtbag if he got the symbiote. It's really not that bad of a movie, especially with what was the director?
I can't remember. For this one?
No, for Spider-Man, he did Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi. Yep.
He with what he was given, like all the stuff he was supposed to do, like Sony put a lot of pressure on him. I don't know if Marvel put any pressure on him, but he had to work around what they gave him. And
Yeah.
he still made a decent movie, and it's a fun movie if you just have fun with it.
There's a lot of memes.
Yeah,
For
it's
that
like
movie.
the most memed movie ever.
The pizza song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been too long since I watched the old.
Yeah.
live-action
Those are.
movies.
You have the posters, right? Well, you have the second
Spider-Man's
one.
my favorite
Second
superhero.
one. You know the one with the symbiote, Venom.
Yeah, it's the third one with Toby.
That is a great movie.
Yeah.
And he's got like black, and he's just like, "What is this?"
Yeah. Oh,
See you
my
later,
brother
chump.
sent me this meme where he like, once he gets the suit, he like takes off the mask and it looks like he's like looking inside a bag or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the caption was like, "Me at McDonald's when they gave me the wrong order." He opens it, he's like, "This is something else."
Yeah, I love that one.
movie so much.
How much did that one make?
Money,
The
like,
second one.
like,
Just scroll down.
it said earlier in like overview.
Yeah, that's where it is.
No, it didn't. I lied. Box office.
69 million. So it
6,900.
basically doubled the second movie.
690 million, not 69 million.
Almost like doubled. We'll just say it doubled. It's okay. The numbers are.
It almost doubled.
You don't have to worry your little.
You don't have
smooth heads.
to worry about it. Okay.
But we rated it out of 15, right?
We did. Are we done already? Oh, we're doing the first one. First.
First one. Out of 15, I would say, because it got 97 on Rotten Tomatoes and 8.4 on IMDb. I give it
13.
probably. I'm saying 14.7.
Dude, you can't throw decimals into our 15 system, bro.
No, I'm giving it 14 then. 14, very close to 15, because of the animation style.
Which was like, it was a gamble, and it really paid off.
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
It was amazing, bro.
It was
It
like
was
my
so
favorite
amazing.
movie. I love that movie.
Yeah. I think it was really good.
It was so good. Both these movies are just amazing.
Amazing.
So amazing. I love Spider-Man so much.
What are you going to give the first movie?
I gave it a 13.
13?
Yeah.
13, 14. All right, let's switch gears. Second movie. Second
Let's.
movie did obviously 69 million USD.
No,
in
690 million.
690 million USD
Let's
in
check
box.
let's check box office India. We got RS 53.2 Karari.
I don't know what that means. I don't know
We're
what
not
that
racist,
means.
I promise.
No, no, but
no, go away.
stop, dude.
Karari is here.
Scroll down. All right, there you go. What did it do on Rotten Tomatoes?
Like, it did 96.
96.
Yeah. So it's 1 degree less than that.
Dang.
But on IMDb, it's
I think the reason for that is because it was a
because
cliffhanger.
people are upset that it was a cliffhanger.
Yeah. And that
But
brings me to my
everything
next
else about this
point.
movie was so good.
I'm going to give it.
You can't rate it yet. We need to talk more about it.
Okay.
We talked about that for like 15 minutes, and we're going to talk about this for like at least 8 minutes.
Okay. Well, Across the Spider-Verse, the art for it was very good.
So good. I love just like the little choices they made. Because like when Gwen fights the Vulture in her dimension at the beginning,
Yeah.
it could have been any kind of dimension he was from. But they made a super cool idea to make it from like a Leonardo da Vinci dimension, and he's made of parchment. And it's just like it's so just incredible to look at this guy made of paper who's just like shooting out like fire and exploding little hovering bombs.
Yeah.
And like what you could see before he would pull out his crossbow or whatever, that you would see like calculations flash up around his head, and I was like, oh, that's such a cool detail.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh dang it, I love this movie.
It was really good.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of it?
There's just so much good action in this movie.
Yeah.
And the action you can do with a Spider, like the swinging and action you can do with Spider-Man in an animated movie is very incredible. Because like you can have amazing swinging scenes in a live action, but you'll never have what you can have in comics with
Yeah.
swinging or with combat. And I love the fight scene on the train when he escapes the Spider Society. That whole scene is amazing, and the music is great too.
Yeah.
And then like
I love seeing all the different Spider-Mans.
yes,
That is like incredible.
like the variety of how many Spider-Man there were. And I was just like, this is just what is so good about Spider-Man is you like that scene where he's explaining canon events, and then they all start like coming in from the sides, and he's like, what is
You
this
can
canon
see
event
Andrew
shit?
Garfield.
Yeah, in the canon
He
event
makes
stuff.
a cameo.
You can see Toby too, but that wasn't Tom, but he was verbally mentioned.
Yeah.
But when you see all those characters start to come in, I realize you can't make an amazing multiverse movie with anyone besides Spider-Man and have it be this good.
Yeah.
Because Spider-Man is just like kind of like the everyman superhero.
Mm-hmm.
Like the original point of the first movie was anyone can wear the mask, and then that's challenged in this second movie, and that's just great storytelling. Because they're like, you're the original anomaly, you shouldn't even be Spider-Man, and now that you are, there's so many problems, and they just lay all this blame on him, but he's determined to do both. He's like, I can do both. Spider-Man always like succeeds,
Yeah.
and that's his philosophy, and of like, I have to do what's best for everyone. As Spider-Man, he has to be responsible,
Mm-hmm.
even if it costs his life as Miles, like because he spends time Spider-Manning, which he is late for his college planning day, and he's late to his dad's rooftop party, which gets him grounded in the first place. But he's doing things to protect other people as Spider-Man because that's just his duty now, and he accepts it as much as any Spider-Man would, which is probably why he's not so easy to be dismissed from the Spider Society, because he's like, I'm as good as any other Spider-Man, plus I can turn invisible and I have like electric powers and stuff.
Mm-hmm. My favorite part was, I think, the end, because he goes into his house, right?
Yeah.
And he's hiding.
set up the ending
He's like,
so
I'm
well.
home. I'm home.
He's like, I did it.
I did it. I'm away.
I beat them all.
Yeah. But then he's just like, he shows that to Aunt May, or
Rio Morales, his mom.
yeah, not Aunt May. Sorry.
That's okay. I forgive you.
But he's just like, I'm Spider-Man, and then she's like, what? Who's Spider-Man? What are you oh, Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I love how she mentions that. And
Comics Con.
Comics Con.
That's what she says. It's
Yeah.
wrong. And then once he stepped out of the room,
Mhm.
you were like, "Oh my gosh, he's in the wrong universe."
Yeah, because he glitched.
And no, you said it before he glitched, so you caught on before
Yeah.
the movie forces you to catch on.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
But when I was sitting in the theater with my friend Harrison, shout out to Harrison, I noticed as soon as his eye was scanned, the go home machine said Earth 42, and I like I would just put it together. I was like, oh my gosh, that's the DNA from the spider that bit him, because it like affected his DNA, so it's not going to send it to his house, his home dimension. It's going to send it to Earth 42. And so like I was aware of the twist before the twist happened, and it kind of ruined it for me, and that's probably why I didn't like it, like the ending the first time, because I saw it coming. But for someone like you who didn't see it coming until right then,
Do you remember when he's painting the mural with his uncle?
in the beginning or in the first movie?
The first movie.
Yes,
And the spider goes down. The spider glitches out.
I know. Yeah,
But
they've been setting this up.
Yeah, they've have this plan.
And then also, dude, let me Google this image.
it's
Google Spot gets his full power or whatever.
Yeah, but you can see it glitch at the beginning.
Yeah.
And you can see Miles glitch, obviously, when he's not in the thing.
So you see this?
Which one?
That one.
That one.
See his shoulders slanted?
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
That's so cool, dude.
Why was my reaction that? Sorry,
I don't
that was
know.
gay. But that is...
When Miles does his no expectations art in the first one, and then he does his silhouette, the silhouette just looks exactly like
Spot.
when Spot gets the dark matter from the Mumbattan art Alchemax.
But I feel that my favorite scene was that when he found out that he's also the Prowler in a different universe, and that his father
Die.
passed away and not his uncle.
Yeah.
Like, that is just crazy. And it's the same, like, what's the saying that's on the wall? And it's his
Rest in,
face. Rest in
it
power.
says- yeah. But his uncle said, like, brother and uncle or whatever, and then in 1610, but then in Earth 42, it was like father, brother, hero.
That's just crazy.
Yeah. How are they going to do the second movie?
Greatest movie I've ever seen.
Spectacular web of art and adventure. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. As a longtime Spider-Man enthusiast, this is a review we're reading. As a longtime Spider-Man enthusiast, I had high expectations for the much-anticipated sequel to the groundbreaking Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And boy, did Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse swing beyond my wildest dreams. Pause for laughter. This animated masterpiece, directed by Joaquim Dos Santos and produced by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, is a thrilling and visually stunning journey that takes us on a multiverse-spanning adventure with our friendly neighborhood spider people. This is a really long review. This guy gave it one star and said, "Greatest." Oh, he's rating the review.
Unhelpful. So let's rate this movie.
Let's rate this movie.
15.
So good.
I'm going to really surprise you. I'm going to
say
give
12.
it a 12. Actually, that was my. I'm going to give it a 12 out
No
of 15
cap.
because
You got to watch it 3 more times. That's what I did. And now I'm in love with this movie.
The only reason I'm giving it a 12 out of
It's because you're a little baby.
that, and also I'm waiting for the third movie.
You can't. Okay. Shut up. The third movie, it said it was going to come out March of 24. And I was like, that's amazing. Because you can't do
That's
this.
not gonna happen.
You can't do a cliffhanger. You can't do an Infinity War to Endgame scenario and make us wait another 5 years.
I
You can't
hated
just
that.
do that.
That literally broke my heart.
You will lose the trust of your fans. You gotta make it like a year or maybe 18 months. Because Infinity War to Endgame was a span of like exactly 1 year.
Yeah.
Where 6 other superhero movies came out in the span of 6 years. I mean, oh my gosh, 1 year. But I feel like how you are right now, I was super mad at this movie when the first time I saw it.
You gotta let me.
And
do
that's
me.
where you're sitting right now.
Yeah, let me do my own thing.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I rate it 12 out of 15. So, what do you do since you've
I
seen
love
it
it so much.
3 times? I did love it. I just feel like I have to see the third movie to put them together as one. And
How are they going to make this third movie, dude?
I
I
don't know.
bet you it'll be longer than either of these first
They're
two.
gonna be.
right?
It's gonna be like a 3-hour movie.
It's going to be the best movie of all time,
They
right?
keep doing that. They keep making 3-hour movies.
Because you can't tell a good story in an hour and 30
Batman,
minutes.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
That's all I know. I'm sure there's more.
Interstellar's pretty long.
But Interstellar's long. But what do you rate it?
I'm so tempted to give it a 15. Because, like, what is wrong about this movie? real. But I think I'm gonna have to give it a 14 because it's a cliffhanger, and I know it's not the movie. Well, I mean, it's kind of their fault because this is what I've heard. There was the plan to put it out and have the third movie by March of 24. But then an interview about a month or a few weeks after this movie, Across the Spider-Verse, came out with Haley Steinfeld, who plays Gwen, and she reported that she had not recorded any of her lines for Beyond the Spider-Verse. And I'm like, well then, do they really plan to get it out by 24? And then the writer's strikes happened this summer, and so everything's going to be put on pause. And I'm almost certain that this won't come out until late, like maybe December late of 24, or sometime in 25 or early 26. And that's really poor timing because I'm probably going to be on my mission during that time. Also, Stranger Things Season 5 will probably come out during that time. And Stranger Things Season 4 was... Did you watch it? Stranger Things Season 4?
Yes, I did. And I'm really, really waiting for
Season 5. Season 4 was really good. I watched that with Ryan on the Wasm band trip. And not to make this about Stranger Things, but the writer's strike is delaying a lot of stuff, and it pisses me off because I just want to have
How do you spell juice?
Jews.
J-E-W-S.
WS.
No, juice.
What did I say?
Jews.
Juice. What are you doing?
U-I-C.
Beetlejuice.
Nothing. Yeah, okay. So, 14?
I think I'm gonna give it
14. Well, all in all, I think that these movies were absolutely fabulous.
so good. Probably my first. My it's gotta be the best movies ever. Right, as of
100%.
right now.
100%.
But then there's Up.
There's Up.
Up is so good.
We're debating on our next movie review because the next movie review is going to be either
The
we might do
finale?
it. I think
No.
I think it's
'Cause
going
this
to be
is 8.
season 2 is going to be our first
Yeah, the opener.
opener is going to be a movie
'Cause
review.
then this is 8, and then 9, 10 will both be guests.
This is episode 8.
This is episode 8.
We're almost to a
Yes,
season
yes.
finale. I don't know who we're gonna have for a season finale, but we'll see.
Based on your list, it's. I know who it is. Should I say it?
No, you shouldn't.
That's why I didn't.
Okay.
I have good self-control.
Good.
Thank you.
The list is long, and so is
Just stop.
our
with that.
podcast.
There you go.
This has been Intentionally Dunce with your
Dunce.
host,
Intentionally dunce. That's what you
Intentionally
said.
Dunce. Of course I did.
Thanks
Brock
for messing it
Hatterley,
up, Brock.
B Cubed, and
Adam
you're
Ringhurst. Bringles.
signing off.
We love you.
We love you too.
That's a copy.